Sure, it's just going to be a bomb site for a few days. So the painters are in. We're waiting on the oil coming in, and then plumbing guy and floor guy and everybody.
Well, there you have it, folks. That's where PJ's at with his move.
Oh, we live. Oh, we live.
Uh,
Sure, this isn't my house. It's just been donated to me.
oh, where are you?
I'm in her mummy and daddy's house.
Ah, right, okay, right, gotcha. Well, you're up beside them now, aren't you?
I only snipe round because Mary makes a good meal and she makes a good cup of coffee, so I'll be well fed. There's a funny story. Whenever I says Orla had mentioned about moving up here years ago, I was like, Orla, I couldn't. She went, why? I says, I'd end up being in your ma's fridge, and she'd come in and go, what are you doing? And it just happened there now.
See the old hurler in the background? Her dad must be Chief Kneebreaker, is he?
Oh, I actually
Chief Kneebreaker.
I got him that there for he loves his hurling. Got him that for a Christmas. His coat of arms and name on it.
Nice, very nice.
I made me number one son-in-law.
So here, Paddy Joe, you know, how are we going to make a better vaccine for COVID, and how are we going to bring the R number down?
So, right, we usually talk about fitness. We're talking about real shit. Right? First off,
we're going to solve all the world's issues right now.
First off, I'm going to relate this to fitness, right? So realistically, you need a stronger immune system, one that's not bitch ass, one that needs challenge, and one that needs to grow. So ultimately, we know, and this isn't a plug, by the way, but getting fitter, you know, getting leaner actually helps it. Do you know what I mean? Like,
who'd have thought?
Everybody follows the numbers. You know, it's a fact that more people who are overweight and obese than it is anybody has respiratory conditions. So if you are worried about that, pretty much get yourself a little bit leaner, get yourself a little bit fitter. R number, I can't count the R. I don't know, right up the R in the alphabet.
What about Bill Gates' microchip in there?
Yeah. Just stay the fuck away from each other.
Yeah. I suppose people are frustrated, and listen, you know, I get it. We all get it. But I think we all need to sort of sit back and go, hold on a wee second. Like, you know, there's no doubt about it. There's people dying. I actually just seen something on there on Facebook. It was actually the top of my news feed. And it was a friend of mine who is a nurse. Okay, yeah. Hello.
Okay, about that.
Not that. He's well with that Thursday. Where's mine? A friend of mine who's actually a nurse, and he shared a poster. It was like, where has all the respect gone that was there during the first lockdown? You know, people were out and they were beating their pots and pans and they were saying, you know, respect for the NHS and blah, blah, blah. He's like, it's all gone. That's now turned to, oh, this is fucking ridiculous and blah, blah, blah. And I get it, you know, people are frustrated, but I think what is needed is empathy is the most important thing, because, you know, I keep on saying this, like, it's obviously no one has chosen for all of this shit to go down. It's no one's fault, but at the end of the day, we still all have a responsibility to do the right thing. And that's the best anyone can do. And I don't know, I know you're a lot like me, PJ. I just try not to fucking complain about it and just be like, do you know what? It is what it is. Like, what are we going to do? The best thing that we can just do is try to continue to serve people as an industry. That's the only thing I can see with whatever means we have.
I was thinking about this on the way around, and like initially my chimp brain was going, listen, shut the fuck up, stop moaning, get on with it, right? Stop being a bitch. You explained it in the rational way.
You throw stuff, don't you?
Yeah, it's just got to that point where, you know, responsibility is something that everyone owns themselves, but it just, to me, all it screams is entitlement. The people expect, okay, you can talk about basic rights, freedom, and all this sort of stuff, right? I get it, but this is probably a never before seen pandemic in terms of people still being alive to tell you how to deal with this. We're in a society where there's not a lot of illnesses or diseases that, like this that kill us, because we have vaccines and we have all this sort of stuff. And for us, as you say, I can't remember what it was called, but there was research done that people had more negative and depressive thoughts when they watched the news.
Yeah.
And when they stopped watching the news, they started to feel a little bit better because they felt less anxious about what's going on in the world. And I purposely think the likes of newspapers and news channels do this a lot. They will publish, softer sides of what's going on. You hear with all the conflicts around the world, that's not really what's happening. There's more deaths and blah, blah, blah. But I don't know about you, right? And you can call it putting your head in the sand, but it's, I don't want to know about horrible things every day.
Yeah.
I'm for and it is an atrocity, but that's just going to pull me into that mindset.
Well, no, it's 100% because you can only control what you can. Isn't that the thing? Isn't that the saying? It's like it's out of our realistically the only thing we have control over is our own actions. And if I've said this here from the start, if you just take what you think is the right thing to do, 99.9%, if you consciously, here's the thing, I heard this yesterday, is that only 20% of people, or it might have been the other way about, I can't remember anyway, but either way, 20% of people knowing that they have COVID don't self-isolate, right? Which, I don't give a fuck who you are, that is not a good decision because, okay, you may be fine, but what's going to happen is you're going to possibly pass it on to someone who could quite easily die from it with underlying conditions. And that's just not in no fucking realm and anywhere does that make sense to do. Do you know what I mean? So It's just about making common sense decisions. Listen, if I'm fucking told that I'm positive, well then listen, 2 weeks of your life, see you later, whatever. It's not even 2 weeks now, it's fucking 10 days. 10 days, it's not going to fucking, when you look back on your life, you'll be glad that you've done that rather than have regrets about, the possibility of making someone else.
So here's a story for you folks, right? If any of you know Lenny, nothing really phases him. So when this thing happened and we had initial incident in the gym with COVID, and he went into isolation and he got tested and he was negative. And he basically says, I'm coming into the gym tomorrow. And I think I private message, I says, you're not you're not coming in. And even to be that headstrong, you're but then to realize, right, it's probably not the best thing to do because at the end of the day, you forget about yourself and you put other people in front of that.
Yeah.
And that's what a lot of people are not doing. They were doing that at the start. They have become a little bit disillusioned, but that's because they're listening to news, they're listening to conspiracy theorists, they're listening to these people who own businesses refusing to close. If I could give anybody a piece of advice out there right now who runs a business, maybe fitness or related, is do what you feel right is for you. Right now, we spoke about this before. We were one of the last to close in the first lockdown, right? We believed that we could keep people safe. Clients responded to that and believed that we could keep them safe because we put the measures in place that they wanted to see. Not just what we wanted to do, what they wanted to see. And so they felt confident. And even when that second lockdown happened, the amount of people going, why are they closing gyms? Your gym is one of the safest places. And I'm not just saying this, I'd invite anybody to come down. I actually invited, Belfast City Council guy to come and inspect it. Don't tell me when you're coming. Because to me, a clean bill of health is a reassurance of what you're doing. And it's not about making money or doing this sort of things. It's first off, my head would go if I didn't do anything. But, you have a duty of care and responsibility to these people who are paying for a service. And if they deem your service healthy and worthwhile, do what you believe is necessary. A lot of our guys are worried at the minute and clients. So if they want to go into isolation, cool. And I'm going to find a way that I can still continue to deliver to you. I'm not going to. Another example would be no one wants to come in and listen to me talk about politics. They're not there for that reason. They're there to get fit. Right? Yeah. So you spouting off on your social media channels about what you like or don't like, unfortunately, that's shit. It's not about you. That just screams to me it's about you.
Yeah, so some of our guys come in this morning, and one of them just asked me, "What's cracking? Close for 6 weeks?" Yep. All right. Okay. Let's get on with the session. That's it. And then another one just walked in, and just went, 2020 year keeps getting better, doesn't it? And that was it. It's like, right, okay. Well, what the fuck? What are we gonna do? Just let's get on with it.
You know what's great? See, we can kill those people with kindness and just smile and just go, "Yep." And then they'll expect some long, drawn
Oh
out
yeah, yeah.
conversation. You're like,
No,
yeah,
just
ready for this?
fucking annoying me yesterday more than anything. It was all the fucking speculation. It was all the fucking handbags. I was just like, I cannot deal with all of this shit anymore. Like, just why not just wait, see what they say, and then make a decision then, instead of fucking firing millions of WhatsApp messages about they said this, they can do this. It's just like, does it actually matter now? Like, why not just wait until it actually happens? Because for me, that's actually just heightening people's anxiety around, and it's making it worse.
Yeah.
Like, just wait. Did someone make a call to say gyms are closed? They're closed, right? Well, what am I going to do? I just got to continue to serve people in the best way possible.
I think all these unintentional WhatsApps or slip outs that they are leaked by the people. Trust me,
Yeah.
because they're sort of, it's almost gauging reaction. So when the actual thing is done, we're closed. You've already got your anger out from about a week beforehand, going,
yeah. People accept it a wee bit more then.
Yeah, it softens the blow. And
Yeah.
if you think that these are Mary's cousin's auntie, works in Parliament and got the chauffeur job after your man who was telling Arlene, tells you
Who got the raw deal there? Who got the raw deal in that one?
It's the same people who tell you how to live your life on Facebook are the ones that are moaning and complaining. So, like, the way I'm going to relate this as well is, I'm going to relate this back to boxing. Right, you have your watchers, people who like to watch and talk about it. I should have done this, should have done that, blah blah blah. If you're going to step in the ring, go and step in the ring. Right. So see if you're going to sit there and moan and bitch on Facebook, right? Do something about it that is actually actionable.
About fighters, a fighter, he could have done this, he could have done that. It's like, have you ever actually got into a ring in your life? No.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
So have that empathy for a government and an institution that can't make a decision because we are devolved. And so there's a lot of voices going around that table, and a pandemic that nobody knows how to deal with. And I've seen some before. If you think the government's went out to wreck your life, and take away all your livelihood, like, Jesus, and microchip you and get you so that they can track you all the time. Great.
Like, they're trying to control us, and I'm like, Michelle and Arlene are trying to control us. Fucking, if they can't control a fucking conversation between each other, but yet and all they're in it together, trying to put microchips into us from Bill Gates. I'm just like, what the fuck is actually going on right now?
You know what? You know what we need to do, Liam? We need to send them a Christmas present, a nice one, because I'm sure they're getting a lot of shit.
Michelle and Arlene?
Do it. Listen, get yourself a wee.
No, we won't do it. Megan will do it.
Get Megan to do it.
Megan will do it.
Get yourselves a wee gin, girls. Where's a wee 20 quid? I know it may be tight for you, but get yourselves a wee drink and enjoy yourselves. It's been a tough year for you as well. But here, there's a perfect example. They are the elite of our country at this moment in time, right? But that's no different to a business owner that has staff. You have to make decisions, and those decisions are not going to make everybody happy.
No.
But if you believe it's in the best interests, you can have it. We have so many people that help us and mentor us and guide us, and people who we can bounce conversations off, but ultimately the decision falls on us.
Yeah.
So even those people are up there, they're being talked to by the scientists, the guys who are talking about our numbers, the immunologists, all these people, but ultimately they're the ones who pull the trigger.
Yeah.
And I did this before with an email. Everyone likes to rally round, like in times of bad, they want to blame somebody or something other than themselves.
Yeah.
So that entitlement of, I can run about, I'm not going to wear a mask because it's me. If there's a health condition, yes, it's different. But I'm doing it because of me. I'm not doing that. There's a lot of that anti-establishment, and I'm not pro-establishment, by the way. But
it's just I like by no means here are we, I think what people need to understand in this here, we're not saying anyone's right or anyone's wrong. We're just saying, calm the fuck down. No one knows what they're doing. Just have some fucking empathy. Like,
It's like Lenny and Finn, they're just chasing each other.
yeah.
Yeah. The world's still spinning and they're going in the same direction. We're going in the same direction.
So let's fast forward a wee bit here. What should people be doing over the next 6 weeks? 6 weeks, isn't it? Did they say they're gonna review it at 4, aren't they?
Who knows?
It's 6 weeks. We'll say 6 weeks, because if we say it may be 4 and we get to 4, we'll be fucking disappointed. In fact, we should probably say 12 weeks. So what do people need to do in the next 12 weeks here? Because I kind of have an idea on this here, right? Because what's going to happen is people will now take they'll take their foot off the accelerator. Nice one. I've got a wee break here at the end of the year. Then what's going to happen is, after the wee break, people will be like all guns blazing. Okay, right? New year. I'm going to fucking kill it this year. I'm going to do a million things in my business or even my fitness or whatever. And that's what's going to happen, right? But what they're actually just going to do is busy stuff, and not stuff that's actually going to fucking move the needle in the business. They'll go and start writing up fucking programs and all this here fucking madness, but they'll get to opening and still be no further ahead than what they were right now.
So is this relation to business or fitness?
Yeah. I think for fitness profile, and I think people will do that as well. I think generally people will do that as well with their fitness. They'll be like, a wee bit of a break here, and then possibly be like, right, all guns blazing in January, get to the end of January and be like, fuck, I'm sick of looking at Zoom. Can't do this no more. Do you know what I mean? So I think we need to sort of enter the conversation in people's heads when it comes to fitness. So what are they thinking right now? Probably it's time to relax. It's time to chill out. In which case we probably need to say to them, whoa, hold on a second. Remember what happened the last lockdown? Remember what Christmas does to you? Right? We've seen this all before. People come back, faces puffed out, so much drink, and it's like,
it was only 2 days.
Yeah.
2 days.
Do you know what I mean? And it's like that very quickly drags out. And then if gyms aren't open straight away, what happens is people get stuck in a deeper rut. They find themselves in a fucking pit of despair, and it's like, I can't get going again. So we're gonna have to figure out a way to keep people moving, or get them moving straight away after Boxing Day. Do you know what I mean? The day after, like, that New Year's cancelled anyway, so it doesn't really matter, does it? So yeah, I think, and I think from a business perspective, what people actually need to do. This is just me, and I know. So in the last lockdown, we were doing courses flat out. Like, I know you. What courses did you do during the last lockdown?
A lot of marketing ones.
A lot of marketing ones,
and some of the fitness ones. Yeah.
Yep.
And some of the fitnessy ones that I had bought. Like, you buy these things and you have all the best intentions, and it was the Rudy Meyer ones as well. And I was sitting there going, I actually have time. And like the whole process of going through the course and then going, where can I apply this in my business, rather than I read that, but not really actually having time to apply it.
Yep. Just doing for the sake of it.
Yeah. So first off, if it's a business owner, book yourself a holiday or a trip. Right. And this is something that's off the script, because nobody would say that.
Yeah.
You need a break, right? Now I know people are going, Christmas is a break. Christmas is still an amped up time. You're going to meet friends and family. You'll have that little bit of leeway in time, right? But the story of Bill Gates goes away to a log cabin every year, brings his laptop and works, but he's in nature. He's not surrounded by chaos, and he does his best work there, and he has what we call a thinking week. John Berardi has a thinking day. So that's, for me, is the day where you're thinking, what are the main things that I can do that is going to move that needle in my business?
Yep.
The next thing is speak to your clients, speak to the people that you serve, and be a leader. Be responsible, take on their issues, take on their problems, understand that you're in a position to help these people, because a lot of people are going to feel lost. They're not going to know what to do, and they're going to want the easy option. There was a quote there, choose your hard. Going to the gym is hard, but being fat is hard. Doing this is hard, but so is this. So you choose that life, and people are gonna enjoy that time with loved ones. They're gonna feel a little bit down, especially, and the weather has a lot to do with that.
Yep.
So they're going to turn to alcohol, they're going to turn to sweets. We all overindulge, and if anything, we're probably going to do it even more so this year because of how shitty the year has been. So first, have that empathy and understand that people are not going to be enthused. So you better turn up like fucking Joe Wicks in every session. And literally, or in my day, Mr. Motivator, wear a bum bag. I might just do that for a video. Like, you got to be so amped up and excited about getting them in even better results that they're just, okay, I'm just wiped away by this enthusiasm. I'm in. And the best thing that probably happened with us, especially over the likes of the Christmas shred and stuff, was we just upped our accountability to every day.
Except for me.
Well, again, it was something as basic as, here's what I need you guys to do. Right? I'm going to check in with you at the end of that day. Did you do X, Y, and Z? Because that's my job. My job is to make sure that you do that. If you don't, we have a conversation. What happened? What can we do better? And it's that process of getting better every single day. And when someone goes, have you done X, Y, and Z? Yes, great. And I don't care who it is, in any industry, any job, that tick is like, accomplishment. I accomplished what I needed to do today. So yeah, cut yourself a little bit of slack, set yourself a goal. I would even say that for clients as well. Book a holiday, book a trip, have something to work towards, because if you're not, then I remember a quote you used at the Health and Performance series. If you don't have a path or a plan, then any road will take you there. Yeah. So, have that in the back of your mind. And if you are a client out there and you're just thinking this is time to slack off, you know what to do? Just take your money and just spend it elsewhere.
Yeah.
Because it's not going to be something where you're going to get benefit from, unless you see the mental side of it, or you have a different attitude to fitness. It's more about, maintaining your mental health and other stuff.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on that? What would you like your business owners to do?
So I would like them to be in a position by the end of the lockdown. Okay, so I actually got this here from a guy called Ian Stanley. There's probably, I don't know if there's a lot of people that follow Ian Stanley here, but he's a copywriter, and obviously myself and PJ, we kind of delved into a wee bit of copywriting and stuff like that there. Recently, studying it. So Ian Stanley is probably one of the best in the world at the minute. And he talks about selling your sawdust, right? So if I was to give someone watching this here a bit of advice, I would say that by the end of January, you should be able to sell some sawdust. And what I mean by that is stuff that doesn't take any of your time, but still creates revenue for your business, right? So myself and PJ, we have done this here recently. We created a course with, how to create content for Fit Pros, how to integrate all of the systems that we use in both of our businesses so that shit is just streamlined, how to create offers, how to create content, platform, payment platforms, literally everything on there. And the thing about that is that we don't dedicate any time to that course now. It just runs by itself, and people can go on and purchase it. 197, by the way, absolute steal. If you're watching this here, go and get it. You're going to fucking 20x your return.
Just on that, guys, people have paid us, almost nearly tens of thousands to get that information. It's on that course, so it is an absolute no-brainer before Christmas pre-sale. Plug.
And yeah, fucking right. So the thing is the people, obviously we coach people and stuff. We'll go on and do it for them, right? Some of the stuff we'll go on. Dave Elwood, perfect example. Dave messages and he's like, lads, can't fix this funnel, blah blah blah. PJ goes on and fixes it. Valdish yesterday, he's struggling to get a Facebook ad up and running. we went on sort of his Facebook ads. So me and PJ now know Lithuanian.
Ah,
So,
yeah.
you know, those guys, and basically because it's our time, right, which is, you know, the bigger investment. But now we created this course where people can go and follow along the step-by-step stuff. And it doesn't cost us any of our time. And essentially it is us selling our sawdust, because it's stuff that we now don't need to, you know, sit down with people and do with them side by side. Okay. Because obviously, you know, time to us is more important right now than anything. Okay. So back to it. As a business owner, what I would suggest is that by the end of the lockdown, you should have created a product or service that allows you to sell your sawdust. So for example, it could be an online course. You could have built that by the end. You could have created an ebook for sale, something that just, you know, happens where you don't have to dedicate that much time and energy to getting people to buy into. Do you know what I mean? I would say that's one thing, because a lot of the time what I find is people don't sell enough. No, they just don't. Flat out, they just don't sell enough. And there's a great book. It's called Ready, Fire, Aim. It was written by actually Craig's mentor, a guy called Michael Masterson. And he talks about that 80% of your time should be spent selling in business, especially if you're a startup. Like, and everyone in this group is a fucking startup. Doesn't matter who they are. Everyone in here is a startup. So if you think 80%, and this is a guy who's a fucking multi-millionaire, it's not like he's short of a couple of pounds. He's saying you need to be selling all of the time. So like, you have to look at that. And I might be a wee bit fucking brain dead or something here. You know, I left school at 15, but I'm just like, well, if he's saying it, it must be true. I'm not even going to question it, right? I'm just not. I'm just going to fucking do exactly what he says, and then we'll take it from there. So I suppose that's another wee lesson in there. Spend more time selling.
Tell me this, Lenny, right? If we should be selling for 80% of the time, what are PTs actually doing 80% of the time?
They're doing maintenance money tasks. They're fulfilling most of the time. And this is what I teach to all of our guys on the course. It's like, you know, you have to have some sawdust that you can sell that you don't have to dedicate much time to.
Yeah. And that's it. They're dealing with the meaningless tasks.
Yeah.
While not on, like, you know, trying to get, you know, new plans written up or this or that, or
here's the thing about that as well, Paddy Joe, right? And I was kind of thinking about this here today, just to stack a wee bit more value, right? So the next thing that I would suggest is find out a way to sell your sawdust. And obviously, you know, that's going to try and eliminate some of the maintenance money tasks, which means that you're going to have to invest in some systems. It's the only way, right? It's just how it is. You know, most people look and go, oh, fuck, you have to pay a bit for a platform. Fucking right you do. It's going to give you back your time. What are you worried about? You know, you have to invest in some systems. You have to be able to delegate some work in order to be able to stop doing the maintenance money tasks. Do you know what I mean? And then the next thing that I would recommend doing is investing in both yourself and your business, because those are skills, not especially yourself, because those are skills that are never going to leave you.
Yeah.
Ever. Like, Paddy Joe, if fucking COVID closes us down in 2021 for whatever reason, like, how long do you think it would take before we were back up doing what we're doing right now?
Probably minutes to hours, if even.
Like, we would probably be selling again in a very short space of time.
On that, I have a great online challenge that I want to run.
I kind of squirreled a wee bit there, but I know what I was getting at. I wanted to stack a wee bit of value on top of the course and take some more, because essentially what the course is it's taking some of the maintenance money tasks away from personal trainers and gym owners, so that they can then focus on the money later tasks, right? As in, you know, exactly what the course is in educating themselves, as in, you know, training team members, like whatever. But on top of that, what I actually want to do is give our 2021 program to anyone who signs up for the course. Because again, what that's actually doing is it's taking, and it's not going to cost us anything, nothing. So any trainer that signs up for it, it's not going to take my time. So I can now stack value on top of that. Again, another example of selling sawdust. So what you're actually going to get on top of all of the training around systems and around fitness business, you're actually going to get a full year's written program that you can go and take and execute, so that you don't have to fucking spend time sitting writing out programs for your clients. You just need to choose the right exercise.
Like, I don't think there's any more that you can do.
No.
You know, if you're getting the education and you're getting the systems, like as you said before, it's a fitness in a box. You know, what most PTs are good at is fitness. What they are bad at and where their blind spots are is business. And again, we're saying this from a personal perspective. We went through all that. We were what I call meatheads. We love training, love fitness, but we didn't understand how to run a business. And now what we're saying is, you're great at this. Let us help you with this.
Yeah.
So
yeah, absolutely. So yeah, what I would do is as a trainer, yes, as you say, Paddy Joe, take a wee bit of a break, get some perspective on where you're at. Like, be as objective as possible about where things are, and be honest with yourself and just say, fuck me, realistically, looking back in 2020, could I have done better? Because if you're like, I think if everyone was being completely honest, we all could. There's never no room for improvement. The room for improvement comes in your own self-awareness and your ability to say, fuck me, well, I didn't operate as I should have. So now what do I need to do in 2021 to fix it? Do you know what I
that's
mean?
it.
So start there.
The best people in the industry are able to do that. They're able to pick
Yeah.
holes and what they need to improve, and trying to look at what could be better. Like a perfect example, I now have one of our coaches dealing with my messages on our online training.
Yeah.
Because by the time I get around with trying to run ads or, follow up on people and do X, Y, and Z, and still trying to do accountability and do everything on top, it just wasn't working, and it takes up a lot of that time. So having someone there that you can ask to go, right, can you do this task for me? And do it better than I could possibly do it.
Yeah.
Because you're all in on it, and they're, so yeah, it's 2021 is going to be a different landscape to what you've experienced. We've probably got a couple of more rough rides to go, but it is now your job to deal with what's in front of you. And if you want to leave 2020 behind and actually grow your business, even during a pandemic, it's very, very easy to do. But whether you are willing to do it is another kettle of fish, because you might not like the harsh truths of, you're not great at that, outsource that, or you may not want to ask for help. I think that's a big one that we get. You just have one of our previous students reach out to someone else for help, and when they finally ask for help from us, we're like, why didn't you just say to us in the first place? Like, we do that on the daily. If anything we have is time and, I want to say, wisdom from 10 years of doing this and doing things wrong. So if we can steer you in the right direction, and it makes you, like, how much is an average PT charge now? £30 an hour. So it would only take you 7 hours to cover the course, to cover the price of that course, when in fact you're probably going to make, on average, what we see is an extra £2 to £4 a month. Pop, just from implementing some of these systems. And that's not the stuff that we're telling you to do for ads or challenges. So listen,
here's something, Paddy Joe. Someone said to me the other day, I was like, right, I don't really have the 197 just yet. And I was just straight up, well, then you're the person that needs to fucking do it. Like, you're the person that needs to do it, right? I remember wanting to do the Strong First kettlebell certification. I was like, fuck me, this is $1,000. I don't have $1,000. Right? Because we were just fucking, I don't know what the fuck we were doing. I was like, I don't have $1,000, but do you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to try and figure out a way to get this done. And next thing you know, the three of us ended up on it. Do you know what I mean? And who knows? I don't know how we got there, but I just figured it out. And has that investment paid me back in my business over the years? probably hundreds of thousands worth of teaching kettlebells. So what's the issue? Do you know what I mean? Like I don't know. I don't get it.
I said, just figure out what your superpower is. People will pay for that, and the stuff that you're not good at, outsource it.
Yeah, fucking right, dude. Yeah, so let's lead these guys to it here. I think we've pitched the course enough, but listen, if we didn't believe it, or if we didn't believe in it, then I wouldn't have bothered the fucking time building it out in order to get it into people, in order to get it in front of people, so that I had less people reaching out to me saying, fuck, I just paid this digital marketer guy, some fucking guru a couple of grand for some sales scripts and some fucking copy for not even an ad. Do you know what I mean? It's like we're teaching you how to run, PJ's on teaching you how to run ads, how to integrate systems, how to build funnels. We're showing you how to create payment platforms, write copy, do sales. Fuck,
listen,
what? You should have charged fucking 1,900 for it.
Yeah, as you said there, like, I don't want to keep plugging this and don't want it to seem like it is something, but it's the same with fitness. If I didn't truly believe in what I offered and delivered, and it wouldn't add value, then we wouldn't do it. The same thing at Elite. What do we do at Elite? People go, do you do a spin course, do this? No, we do what we are the best in. Yep. Kettlebells, movement, nutrition, the stuff that we think moves the needle with clients, rather than going, I'll take you through, step aerobics and doing that. That's not us, right? Strength and conditioning based principles, stuff that is actionable that you can implement in your business, not all theory. The same is with business. If you want to learn from, I'm going to call us non-gurus. I think we should just advertise ourselves as non-gurus.
Yeah.
People who have been with a bricks and mortar gym for the last decade, have made a million mistakes, have hired people, have fired people, have lost money, have near lost businesses and built businesses. Like, I'm not fucking just sitting here on an ad spouting this shit to you going, oh, here's a couple of nice worksheets for you. Download this. Like, I don't know how many times we fell out with some of the people that we mentor because we tell them the fucking harsh truth. You need to grow a pair of balls and you need to do this with your business, or else you're going to go bust. And sometimes they have went bust and they haven't listened and they've went, do you know what? You were right. Yep.
So I'm not your yes man.
And you need less of them in your corner, because your family does that enough for you. And, enjoy Christmas, enjoy whatever you need to do. But this is the time for self-reflection, thinking, what am I going to do in my business? How can I make 2021 better? The same way I do with fitness and you do, how am I going to be a bigger, stronger, better version of myself in 2021? And if you feel like you cannot say that you can improve on something, you're lying to yourself.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely. All right, let's cut it here.
No worries, bud. Great speaking to you.
Yes, always. Adios, peeps. Hit us up in the comment section if you have any questions. I'll also share a link to the course. Going bad or you're a crazy mofo. Adios.
Bye.